Some films chill you to the bone from the very first scene, and Sinister is one of those movies. Directed by Scott Derrickson, this 2012 supernatural horror film opens with a haunting Super 8 reel. In grainy footage, a family of four stands beneath a large tree. Nooses hang around their necks. Without warning, a branch acting as a counterweight is sawed through, leaving them hanging. This eerie, silent introduction sets the stage for a story that blends supernatural terror with true crime obsession. We are then introduced to our protagonist, Ellison Oswalt, portrayed by Ethan Hawke. Once a best-selling true crime author, Ellison is now struggling to recapture his former glory. It's been years since his last hit book, and his reputation is fading fast. Desperate for inspiration, Ellison uproots his family and moves them into a new house, though only he knows its dark secret. This is the very home where the family from the opening scene was murdered. Ellison's wife, Tracy, played by Juliette Rylance, and their two children, Trevor, who suffers from intense night terrors, and Ashley, a gifted artist, were unaware of the house's history. Ellison has a plan to use this notorious murder case as the basis for his next book. He hopes that by solving the mystery, he can revive his career and reclaim his fame. Ellison soon discovers something unusual in the attic, a dusty box containing an old projector and several reels of Super 8 films. At first glance, the films seem like innocent home movies, but as Ellison begins to watch, he realizes they are far from innocent. The first reel, labeled Family Hanging Out, 11, depicts the horrifying hanging of the family from the opening scene. Disturbed but intrigued, Ellison continues to watch the other films. Each one shows a different family being brutally murdered in bizarre ways. Their throats slit in their beds, Sleepy Time, 98 burned alive in a car, BBQ, 79 drowned in a pool party, 66, and run over by a lawnmower, lawn work, 86. One detail in these films disturbs Ellison more than anything else, the appearance of a mysterious figure watching each murder. This figure, later identified as Mr. Boogie, has a demonic, grotesque appearance and is always accompanied by a strange symbol painted nearby. Ellison's investigation deepens when he finds crude drawings under the box's lid. These drawings depict the murders, along with images of Mr. Boogie, who seems to be controlling everything. Ellison seeks help from a local deputy, played by James Ranson, and a professor named Jonas, portrayed by Vincent D'Onofrio. The deputy uncovers a disturbing pattern. All the families were killed in different locations and decades, but they all lived in the house of the previous murder before moving to their new homes. Even more unsettling, in each case, a child went missing after the murders. Jonas identifies the symbol from the films as belonging to Bughul, a pagan deity who preys on children. According to ancient folklore, Bughul lures children into his realm by consuming their souls, often using images or recordings as portals to our world. As Ellison's obsession grows, supernatural occurrences begin to plague his family. He hears noises in the attic and finds the projector running on its own. One night, he discovers ghostly children watching the films, and Bughul himself begins to manifest. These terrifying events push Ellison to the brink of sanity. Terrified, Ellison burns the films and projector in his backyard, hoping to destroy the connection to Bughul. He then wakes his family and insists on moving back to their old home immediately. Back at their old home, Ellison finds that the nightmare isn't over. In the attic, he discovers the projector and films have returned, along with a new reel labeled Extended Endings. As he watches, Ellison learns the horrifying truth: the missing children are the ones committing the murders under Bughul's influence. The deputy tries to warn him, explaining that moving into the house of a previous murder always marks the next family for death. By returning to his old home, Ellison has unknowingly sealed his fate. Before Ellison can act, he becomes lightheaded and finds a note in his coffee cup reading, "Good night, Daddy." He wakes up to find himself, Tracy, and Trevor bound and gagged. Ashley, now under Bughul's control, films herself killing her family with an axe. Ashley completes her masterpiece, a series of bloody drawings on the walls, and watches the film of her murders. Bughul appears, lifts Ashley into his arms, and takes her into his realm. The film ends with an image of the Super 8 box in the attic, now labeled with the Oswalt family's murder, house painting, 12. Bughul suddenly appears on the screen, staring directly at the audience, leaving viewers with a chilling warning that they could be next. Sinister delivers a harrowing blend of psychological horror, supernatural dread, and true crime intrigue. Its haunting visuals, shocking twists, and relentless tension make it a standout in modern horror. What did you think of Bughul's story? Did it scare you as much as it scared us? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into horror classics.